Mindset shift money doesn't grow for people who wait. It grows for people who move. Mindset is the foundation of every financial breakthrough. Before you ever make more money, you've got to think differently about money. Most people believe that wealth happens to others. They think rich people got lucky, had the right connections, or were born into money. That kind of thinking keeps you broke because it removes your responsibility and your power. The truth is, money responds to mindset. It grows in the hands of those who see opportunity where others see obstacles. If you want to make more money fast, you have to rewire how you think about earning, spending, and creating value. The first thing to understand is that money is not emotional. It doesn't care about your feelings or your circumstances. It follows direction, energy, and focus. People who make money fast are not necessarily the most talented. They're the ones who believe they can, so they act with confidence. When you think small, you play small. When you believe opportunities are scarce, you settle for less. But when your mind shifts to see abundance, your creativity opens up, your energy rises, and suddenly you start spotting ways to earn that you never noticed before. The human mind is a magnet. It pulls in what it focuses on. If you constantly focus on lack, that's exactly what you'll keep finding. If you start focusing on solutions, growth, and possibility, your actions will begin to align with that vision. A winning money mindset also means taking full ownership. People who grow their income don't blame their boss, the economy, or their upbringing. They decide that no matter what the circumstances are, they're responsible for creating their own results. That's the difference between a reactive mindset and a proactive one. A reactive person waits for opportunities. A proactive person creates them. When you shift your mindset from, I can't, to how can I, your brain starts working for you instead of against you. Every obstacle becomes a puzzle, not a wall. Every challenge becomes a test, not a trap. And here's the thing about a growth mindset, it's contagious. When you carry energy that says, I'm moving forward, people feel it. Clients trust you, employers notice you, and doors start opening because you bring value and confidence wherever you go. Your words, your tone, your body language, they all reflect the story you tell yourself about money. So, if you want to make more of it, start by changing that story. Stop saying you're broke, stop repeating that it's hard, and start believing that your effort creates income. Because before money ever multiplies in your bank account, it multiplies in your mind value creation. The fastest way to make money isn't chasing cash. It's solving problems that matter. The fastest way to make money isn't by chasing it. It's by creating value that people are willing to pay for. Too many people spend their lives running after cash instead of asking the one question that actually matters: what problem can I solve today that someone would gladly pay to have fixed? Money is a byproduct of value. When you solve a real problem for real people, consistently and effectively, money finds you. It doesn't matter what your background is, where you started, or what resources you have right now. If you can deliver value, you can create income faster than you ever thought possible. People often confuse activity with productivity. They think staying busy is the same as being valuable. It's not. You can work all day and still not produce anything that matters. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. The key is to shift your focus from how can I make more money to how can I help more people or deliver more value. When you do that, you automatically become more valuable to your customers, your employer, or your community. And the more valuable you become, the more money you can make in a shorter amount of time. It's simple economics. Value drives income, not hours worked. To create real value, you must look for pain points around you. Every successful product, business, or side hustle exists because someone saw a need and filled it. If people are struggling with something, feeling stuck, or wasting time on something that could be easier, there's money waiting there. The trick is to match your skills with their needs. If you're good at fixing, teaching, organizing, designing, or communicating, you've got the tools to build value fast. You just have to stop underestimating what you already know and start packaging it in a way that helps others. Another part of creating value is caring more than the next person. When you truly care about solving someone's problem, you'll automatically go the extra mile. That kind of effort stands out, especially in a world where most people are doing the bare minimum. People remember the ones who deliver, who show up on time, who follow through, and who make their lives a little better. That's how trust and loyalty are built, and that's where real money starts to flow. So instead of chasing trends or shortcuts, focus on mastering the art of value creation. Become someone who adds more, gives more, and delivers more than expected. Because when you focus on giving value first, the money doesn't just come, it multiplies. Work ethic wealth doesn't come from luck, it comes from consistent. Focused hustle wealth doesn't come from luck, and it doesn't show up overnight. It comes from consistent, focused work that compounds over time. People who make money fast aren't usually doing anything magical. They're doing the small things with extraordinary consistency. They wake up earlier, they stay later, and they do the work that others avoid. They understand that there is no shortcut around effort. Every dollar earned is a reflection of discipline, persistence, and the willingness to stay committed when most people quit. The truth is, work ethic separates the dreamers from the doers. Most people want success, but very few are willing to pay the price for it. They want the rewards without the grind, the income without the investment, the results without the routine. But that's not how real growth works. The people who win financially are the ones who have trained themselves to show up even when they don't feel like it. They've built habits that don't depend on motivation, they depend on discipline. They know that motivation fades, but consistency builds momentum. And once momentum kicks in, opportunities start appearing faster because the world rewards those who move with purpose and persistence. The truth about hard work is that it builds character as much as it builds cash flow. When you push through difficult days, when you stay focused even when results are slow, you're building resilience. That resilience becomes your secret weapon because it keeps you going when others stop. In the process, you start earning not just money but respect from others and from yourself. You can't fake work ethic. It shows in your results, your reputation, and the way people trust you to deliver. When people see that you're dependable, they want to work with you, buy from you, and invest in you. A strong work ethic also teaches patience, and patience is what turns effort into profit. Quick success fades fast, but the wealth built on steady effort lasts. Every skill you practice, every late night you invest, and every small improvement you make compounds over time. That's how you grow faster than the competition, by simply refusing to slow down when others lose focus. Success is never one big break, it's 1,000 small choices to keep going. So if you want to make more money, stop waiting for the perfect idea or the perfect time. Show up every day. Work with intention. Push through the fatigue, ignore the distractions, and keep stacking consistent effort. Because the harder you work on the right things, the faster your money grows and the more unstoppable you become. Cut the excuses. Stop waiting for motivation. Start moving with discipline. One of the biggest reasons people never make more money is because they keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling. They say things like, "I'll start when I'm ready," or "I just need a little more motivation," but that moment never comes. The truth is, success doesn't wait for motivation. It shows up for discipline. Every person who has ever built wealth or created success started long before they felt ready. They didn't wait to feel confident, they acted in spite of doubt. They didn't wait for circumstances to be ideal. They made progress with what they had. If you want to make more money, you have to stop making excuses and start moving, even when it's uncomfortable. Excuses are comforting because they make failure feel justified. You can always blame time, money, or opportunity, and it feels easier than admitting you just didn't act. But that comfort is deadly. It keeps you stuck in the same spot year after year. The harsh reality is, no one is coming to rescue you. No government program, no lucky break, no secret formula will change your financial life. The only person who can change it is you. And that starts when you stop defending your limitations and start demanding more from yourself. Discipline doesn't mean working nonstop or living with no joy. It means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's setting goals, sticking to them, and refusing to let distractions pull you off course. People with discipline don't rely on emotion. They rely on structure. They plan their time, prioritize their energy, and execute consistently. They know that progress beats perfection every single time. You might not be the smartest person in the room, but if you're the one who keeps showing up and doing the work, you will always rise above the ones who are waiting for inspiration. Every excuse you hold on to is costing you money, opportunities, and time. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up. But once you build discipline, everything changes. You start seeing results not because luck found you, but because you built habits that create momentum. When you stop needing to feel ready and start taking action, you discover that progress itself becomes motivating. Each small win builds confidence, and that confidence fuels more action. Eventually, you look back and realize that the only thing standing between where you were and where you are now was the decision to stop waiting and start doing. Action over ideas. The person who executes imperfectly will always beat the one who only plans perfectly. Ideas are everywhere, but execution is rare. Everyone has dreams of making more money, starting a business, or changing their life. Yet very few ever act on them. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck isn't intelligence or luck. It's execution. You can have the best idea in the world, but if you never move on it, it's worthless. On the other hand, even a small idea, when acted upon with focus and persistence, can turn into something powerful. The world rewards people who do, not people who talk. Execution beats perfection every single time. Most people get trapped in what's called planning paralysis. They want everything lined up before they begin. They spend weeks researching, organizing, and waiting for the perfect opportunity. But there's no such thing as perfect timing. Every successful person you admire started messy, made mistakes, adjusted, and kept going. They didn't have all the answers. They had the courage to start anyway. Execution means being willing to take imperfect action, learn from it, and get better as you go. Money moves fast in the direction of action, not hesitation. Another truth about execution is that it builds momentum. When you start doing, even in small steps, you create movement. That movement brings clarity. You start to see what works, what doesn't, and how to improve. Action gives you feedback that planning never can. It shows you where the real opportunities are. Every time you take a step, you learn something new, and that learning compounds over time. Those who wait for confidence before acting never realize that confidence comes from action itself. You get stronger by doing, not by thinking about doing. Execution also builds credibility. When you consistently follow through on your ideas, people notice. They begin to trust you, invest in you, and open doors for you. Whether it's in business, a job, or personal goals, your reputation for taking action will always separate you from the crowd. Talkers are everywhere, but doors are rare, and rare always gets rewarded. Even when your first few attempts fail, your effort teaches you lessons that eventually lead to success. You can't skip the doing phase and expect to win. So many people let fear of failure stop them, but failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every failure refines your approach, sharpens your skills, and brings you closer to the result. The only true failure is never starting. When you focus on taking action instead of waiting for perfect conditions, you stop being a dreamer and start being a creator. Because at the end of the day, the ones who execute imperfectly, consistently, and relentlessly are the ones who end up holding the rewards that everyone else only talks about.